Everybody, it is Sunday, June 16th at 6:19 a.m. and we're on our way to McDonald's. We're going to be getting $8.02 for 2.5 miles. Let's get on over to McDonald's. Got a couple of comments this morning from two different people I wanted to talk about. The first one was a person that had an issue with the information in the videos being at the bottom of the screen, and I guess they have a problem with either with their hearing, so they use the captions to read what I'm saying in the video, and they were wondering if the graphics could be either on the side or on the top of the video, so that way they could read the graphics and also read the captions. And I responded to them. I was trying to explain to them that it's just a problem that no one's really been able to resolve, as far as I know, when it comes to captions. Because if you watch the news, they have the same problem. They put their infographics on the bottom, and then when the captions come in, the captions cover up the graphics that are at the bottom of the screen as well. So I think everyone has just decided universally that the graphics just have to sit at the bottom, and there's not much else that can be done, because if you put stuff on the left, you can't possibly put any significant amount of text on the left side that would be readable, because it's now going to go sideways and it can't go left to right because it's on the left side of the screen. And if you put it on the top of the screen, it becomes an issue, because it's blocking the top of the announcers or the anchor man or the anchor woman or whatever, the anchor person's head. And it becomes a distraction throughout the entire show. And so I think everyone has just universally decided that the best thing to do would be to put leave the graphics at the bottom. So that was that one. And now we're at McDonald's, so I'll have to answer the second one later after I get the food. All right, we got the food. It took a little bit. They hadn't put it together yet, and it's a busy Sunday morning. For some reason, it's real busy. I guess maybe because it's Father's Day. Maybe that has something to do with it, huh? Maybe a lot of people are trying to treat their fathers to something yummy. And I guess a lot of fathers do like their McDonald's, so that's probably has a little bit to do with it. Perhaps, I don't know. But at any rate, we're on our way to an apartment. It's going to be 2 minutes from here, 0.8 miles. We have a gate code. We have an apartment number. And they did not give a building number, but they gave directions once we go through the gate on how to get to their building. So we're good. Let's go. So let's see. We answered the question about the captions and the graphic. And then the other question comment/question that I got this morning, that I read this morning, was about taxes. I had done in an early video telling people to pay their taxes quarterly, because it's required by law to do so. And if you don't, you'll get a penalty. So apparently this person looked up on the internet to find out if it was correct, and yes, it was correct. And so they were just concerned, because they were saying like they can't afford to pay like $1,000 or something like that to the government, to the IRS, for their taxes. So they were concerned that you know, what were they going to do? And so my gist of it was, because they said they made minimum wage, and so they were like, I can't pay that much, I make minimum wage. And I don't think they understand what estimated taxes is. I think that was the problem they were having. They were probably just doing like a flat 20% of whatever they made and thought that's what they had to pay. And that's not the case.
Turn right.
They really have to calculate the standard deduction that they get. They have to calculate the amount of money that they get off when they count their mileage. Oh, we're here at the gate. Gate code, blah, blah. Oh, someone's opening the gate. Enter the gate on the right. Enter the gate on the right. Okay, I'm entering the gate on the right. It's the first building around. Okay, so let me find a place to park. Let's see here. Probably gonna have to park a little bit of ways because there's so many people here because it's Father's Day. I'll park here. All right, we're here. Hello, good job. Thanks. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you. All right, well, it's dropped off. No problems. Everything went fine. I always prefer to just leave it at the door, but if they want to meet me at the door, then that's what we got to do. Let's see. We got a pink box from Doordash, $9.50 for 5.3 miles. That looks acceptable. I'm accepting it. All right. Let's head on over to Pink Box. So what was I saying? Oh, something about taxes, something about deductions. Okay, so the person that has asked the question and mentioned that they made minimum wage would most likely pay little or no taxes. And so I told them, I said, don't even bother paying the estimated taxes early because you most likely don't owe any taxes. And if you do owe any taxes, they're so small that the penalty is going to be so insignificant that it's not even worth the stress that you're putting yourself through to calculate the taxes quarterly. It's really meant for people who are going to get a significant penalty if they don't, meaning they're making thousands of dollars and they owe thousands of dollars every quarter to the IRS, and they're just not paying quarterly, so they're going to get a huge penalty at the end of the year because it's such a large amount. But if it's not significant, it's really not worth the trouble. And if you're making minimum wage, you've got so many deductions. Just if you're single, you get your standard deduction, then you get your mileage deduction for all the miles you put on your car. So there's just no way that you're going to even really be that in the hole for a penalty. It should be very, very tiny. Because if you look at the tax brackets, that's where you have to go. You got to look at what tax bracket do you fall in, and like the amount of money you pay for in the first tax bracket is so tiny, it's not even funny. All right, here we are, Pink Box. Let's go in. All right, we got the donuts, and it took a little bit of time to get them, but I was very grateful that there was nobody in there, so at least they helped me right away. So that made a difference. And now all the cars are pouring in. Isn't that funny how people all come at the same time for everything? Now there's just like a ton of cars all just coming into park to get their donuts, their Father's Day donuts. Every single one of them. And it's all of them are women. Not a single man do I see. Not a single one is a male. I'm the only male out and about today on Father's Day. That's just the way it goes, which I don't mind. I'm not real big on Father's Day, so it's not a huge ordeal for me. I think when I was younger, when I was much younger and the family was younger, it was more of a big deal. Now everybody's old. Everybody's old, and it's like, whatever. It's what happens when you get into your 50s. You feel like you've done everything. It's like, oh, we've done this. We've done the drill. We know the routine. So it's not as significant as it was when everybody was young, and you know, you're in your 20s or 30s, and you're trying to be a little bit more like a father knows best situation, and you got to raise everybody, and you got to teach everybody things and all that stuff. Once you're older, it's like a phone call, or nowadays it's a text message, and because a lot of the family is in other states, and we're all spread apart, and everybody's just doing their own thing. Everybody's got their own families, so it's a totally different vibe. All I did was I bought an assorted box of cookies from Walmart, and I've been snacking on those just to celebrate Father's Day, because I don't normally get to eat junk food. So that's been my special thing for Father's Day. Oh, I didn't tell you where we were going. 6 minutes away, 4.1 miles. We're gonna go to a house, and it's a leave at the door. All right, let's get going. Trying to think back as a child, what experiences did I have on Father's Day? And I can't think of anything. There's nothing in my memory data bank that tells me about anything significant that occurred on Father's Day. I don't think. Let me see. Uh-oh, now I'm behind someone who can't drive. Lord. It's like, let's just drive as slow as possible. Oh boy. And I have to stay in this lane because I have to get on the freeway according to this thing. So I think there's a lane coming up where I can switch. They're going we're on a 45 mile an hour road, and they're going 29 miles an hour. I'm like, wow. Oh, thank God they're getting over. They must be drunk. Something must be wrong with them. Because it's Sunday morning. Why would you be driving that slow? Unless you don't want to get to wherever you have to go to. Maybe they have to go to a family get-together and they really don't want to go. And they're just pushing their luck. Because a lot of people do have to get together today for whatever reasons. Because it is Father's Day. So I'm trying to think. For my father, what did I do for my father on Father's Day? I don't think I did a darn thing. He was always high on drugs, so he was always asleep. I don't think we ever did anything for him. Let me think. No, I don't think we ever did. I don't think we ever did a darn thing for him. And he didn't live that long because he was a drug addict, so he didn't live very long. Let's see. And then in my family in general, I think on Father's Day, the men just got to do whatever they wanted, which was pretty much the same thing the men in our family got to do year round. They always did just whatever the hell they wanted to. So, no, I never got a sense that Father's Day was like it was like they showed on the TV, where you buy your dad a tie for the office. Or you spend the day with them and you play golf. There was none of that. There was no activities where we played ball outside. Let's go play ball outside, Dad. Let's go. Let's throw the football. No, there was none of that stuff. We're all very your typical dysfunctional family. growing up, you know, we're all just in survival mode, just trying to do our own thing. Everybody was always just in. That was the only blessing in that I found in growing up in a family that was dysfunctional, is you learn to become independent really fast. And I always thought that was the most valuable lesson that you learn in life, is to take care of yourself, because you can't expect to be nurtured and coddled and taken care of your entire life, because it's just not possible. Even the person that may do that for you as a child, and they're like the greatest parent ever, they're not always going to be around. At some point they're going to pass away and be gone, and then what are you going to do if you haven't learned to be self-sufficient? So maybe it is a mixed blessing when you grow up in a dysfunctional family. It sort of trains you. It's like a boot camp. It's like a boot camp, a family boot camp. They train you for survival, so that should an apocalyptic event occur, you're ready to handle it. You're ready to put on your boots and pick up that gun and get out there and just survive. Start slitting throats and survive. So that is not literally, metaphorically, not literally slitting people's throats, but you know what I mean. You got to survive, so you're out there competing. You have to be competitive to get through there. Now, I, as a parent, I don't think I did. I think I did those kind of things because I have a more nurturing personality. So I don't know if I passed on that same lesson doing parenting as I did. So, oh shoot, we're in the neighborhood. Hold on. All right, we're in the neighborhood, everybody. Let's see. I think it's gonna be here on the left. Did I pass it already? Let's see. Oh, it's here. It's here on the right. That's rare. It's always on the left normally. All right, let's go. All right, a successful drop off. So that's done. It would help if I put the car in drive so we could actually start moving. All right, we are rolling. Let's get out of this neighborhood and start making our way back to the home base. Let's see. This doesn't look familiar to me. Oh no, I know where I'm at now. I thought I was getting confused for a second. I know where I am now. You can look at this road for a while as I try to think of stories about Father's Day. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I have in this computer bank of memories to tell you about Father's Day. Let's see. Well, I can't tell you about any Father's Day memories of my grandfather because he passed away when I was 7. Can't tell you about memories of my father because he passed away when I was about 12. So there's not much there. And of course he was on drugs. So let's see. Father's Day memories for me. Oh, I'm sure I got lots of drawings and cards. And let's see. What else? I'm sure I did barbecuing. I'm sure I did, let's see, what else? We went out to eat. Let's see. You know, you never remember the gifts. Even for birthdays, it's so hard to remember gifts. Like, there's just, you know, it's always just experiences that you find yourself remembering. Doordash, $10, 9.3 miles. No. Yeah, I can't remember anything specific with gifts. I just kind of remember eating. I think that's the thing for all of us. UberEats, $4.08, 3 miles. No. I think that's the thing for all of us, is that we recall gatherings. We recall coming together and meals. Those are the things that I always try to make special anyway. I always try to make sure the family always ate together. Like whenever, especially dinner time, I always tried to make sure we always were together at dinner time. So that way, at least that memory would be there in the future. And Those were the most important things to me because I didn't experience any of that growing up. Oh, I gotta flip the camera back. As a kid, I didn't experience eating at the dinner table, so I don't have any of those memories. All my childhood memories that are strong are usually gatherings that were for major events where the extended families got together. So I can remember like Easter get-togethers. I can remember some Mother's Day events when the women got together. Let's see, and that's normal in most families. Most strong memories have to do with women, if you notice, as children, because the children are usually attached to the women, and the men are never around because the men are out there making the money for the family, so they're not present. And then of course when they finally do have free time, they're so exhausted, they don't want anything to do with anybody, they just want to be left alone. So that's pretty much the routine, I think, for most families, especially working middle class or lower middle class families. You know, the stress level is incredibly high and the money is incredibly short, and everybody's just trying to survive and do their thing. Let's see, I got a Doordash for $5. No, that's not good enough. It's $8 for 5.3 miles. That ain't gonna work. Goodbye. So yeah, I think that's it. This concludes the memory section of the video discussing Father's Day. Now we're moving on. Somebody just asked a question about car insurance. They wanted to know, this just came in just right now, about a half an hour ago, in the comment section. They wanted to know, hold on. We got a Starbucks, $6, 3.6 miles. No, I'm not taking it. Skip it. And so anyway, I should have taken that one, but I just was not in the mood to make a U-turn. What was that saying? Oh, the person's comment about commercial car insurance is their question. Like, if I have commercial car insurance. I do not have commercial car insurance. I have regular car insurance, and DoorDash and UberEats provide insurance for this vehicle as long as I am either waiting for an offer, as long as I'm online and waiting for an offer, or if I am on a delivery. And of course the coverage increases depending on whether you're on a delivery or if you're just waiting for a delivery. And so that's what I use for that situation. And I only have liability, so if anything bad happens, I got no money coming to me to fix my car. I only have money going to the person that I crashed into if I'm liable and at fault, which is the way I like it. All right, we're just waiting. All right, we've got our next one. We're headed off to 7-Eleven. We're gonna get $6 for 2 miles. Let's go pick it up. I was back at home for the longest time. I was pigging out on cookies and milk. I was making myself sick. I think because it's a holiday today and I felt like I was entitled to gorge. So there I was, stuffing my face with cookies at 7, whatever, like 7:30 in the morning I was doing it. It's 7:52 a.m. right now. I was like, what the hell am I doing stuffing my face with these cookies? I'm gonna make myself sick. And then offers were coming in left and right, and every single one of them involved donuts and shopping at the grocery store. And I was like, and one was IHOP. I am avoiding all donut shops. I'm avoiding all places that are breakfast related, because you know they're going to be packed and the wait is going to be so long to get the stuff. So unless they're going to pay me a significant amount of money, I'm not doing it. An add-on is coming in, an additional $5 for 1.5 miles for Coffee Bean. All right, I added that to the list, so you'll see it in the bar below. You'll see now it should say 7-Eleven and Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Gosh, so looks like this is working out, I guess. Now that we got a stacked double order. Oh, there's nobody here at 7-Eleven. All right, let's go in and get it. we've got the 7-Eleven now safely tucked away in the back seat. And we're on our way to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is up next. There was only one customer in the 7-Eleven, and there's absolutely nobody here in the parking lot of the 7-Eleven. So I love it. I am so glad that all the Father's Day festivities are nowhere near 7-Eleven. And that looks like that's going to be my number one place that I hope to get offers from, because every other place that I can think of is going to be packed. I mean, grocery stores should be empty today. And so that I'll take grocery store orders. McDonald's will be busy, but it's always manageable because they can deal with high volume. Starbucks will be busy, but that's okay because they can handle high volume. I'm just going to avoid all the places that can't handle a lot of customers coming in all at once. So that would be any type of breakfast places and any type of donut shops I'm going to avoid, because the employees cannot handle the madhouse of people that go to those places on a Father's Day morning. So you can leave me out of those requests unless you're going to pay me a good amount of money. Then I'll wait, but I doubt anyone's going to pay me a lot of money for a box of donuts. Someone in the comments was thinking about doing this type of work, delivery work. And I was and they wanted to know about commercial insurance, if I had commercial insurance. And no, I don't have commercial insurance. And did I answer this question already? I feel like I've answered this question already, but I couldn't have. How could I have answered this question? I thought I got it when I was just sitting at home, just right now. See what happens? See what happens when you get old? Oh, 1 second. See what happens when you get old? You can't remember what the heck you said earlier. I thought I answered a question earlier about car insurance. Yeah, maybe I already answered this question. Did I say something already about not having commercial insurance? I think I did. My brain is saying I've answered this question. I'm moving on. We're here in the district. Let's go. We're here in the district, and of course the sun is right in the camera, so it's not going to make for a pretty view. But people like to know where I'm at, so I'm like, okay, let's see if I think there's a parking space up ahead. Oh, let's fingers crossed. I hope this is a spot. Oh, yeah, it's a spot. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. All right, let's go in and get the coffee.
That's what happened after I went to his house. I had that.
Oh my Lord. Lock her in. Oh my gosh, they wanted to add another thing to my list. Well shoot. This says here that we are in the location to deliver the order to the customer. So where is this person? Let me see. It says leave at my door. Let's see, they have a picture of the door. Oh, it's a store here in the district that I have to deliver to. But I've never heard of this store. It says drop off at Airy. We are closed, so please just leave it at the main door. We are on the corner located next to Pottery Barn across from Lululemon. Oh, well, Let's see. Pottery Barn is that away. I guess well, should I just walk down there? Yeah, I guess I might as well just walk. What the hell? Let's do it. All right, well, that was a nice little stroll through the district. I just dropped it off at the door because they're closed, but apparently there's somebody in there who's going to be coming on out to get the goods. So I'm like, okay, I ain't stressing it. All right, we're going to be going 2 minutes from here, 0.7 miles. Hand it to me. We're going to be going to, let's see. It says the Cracked Egg Restaurant next door to Smith's. Oh, that's just across the street. Let's go. It's funny that somebody inside of the Cracked Egg Restaurant would actually order coffee from Coffee Bean. It's like, how awful must the coffee be at the Cracked Egg that they have to order coffee from somewhere else? It must be terrible coffee. That's my best guess. I mean, you're really going through a lot of trouble to get this coffee. I mean, you're right there with all the coffee in the world inside of the Cracked Egg. That's so bizarre to me. People are so funny. I guess when you just have money, you're just willing to throw it away any which way. Or maybe for the people that work inside of the Cracked Egg, maybe they charge them money for the coffee? That doesn't sound right. Coffee doesn't, I mean, especially the kind of coffee they make, it doesn't cost a lot of money. So I don't know. Maybe a Coffee Bean, they turbocharge the caffeine in their drinks. You know, they do those shots and stuff, espresso shots, to make it super caffeinated. And so that's what they're looking for, some type of power wake up shot to really get their day going. That's possible. Well, at any rate, we're on our way to the Cracked Egg to drop it off. Let's see how it goes. As I get older, I'm going to start answering the same questions over and over again and forget, because my memory is going to be so bad. Oh, we're moving again. I want to show you where we're going, because somebody said in the comments they like to see the stores. So you can see here we'll be making a right here at the next light. And we're going to be pulling into the shopping center here that has the Cracked Egg. The Cracked Egg is straight ahead over here. Unfortunately, every time I try to show you something nice, we're going directly into the sun. So it's very difficult for you to see anything at all. This is why I'm always hesitant to show anything that relates to, I'm going to go this way, anything that relates to the exterior shots a lot of times, because the quality of the video is so awful. It's like, what are you gonna see? Nothing. You're gonna see a shopping center, a gas station, and then the sun shining in your face. All right, let's go in. Hi, here you go. Thank you. So much. Have a good one. Thank you. The trickiest part about this job is to not get flustered when the orders come rushing in. Sometimes when you're new, you get into like this panic of needing to accept something as they come rushing at you like meteors. They're just hurling offers at you one after the other. Every time you say no, another one comes in. It's like, oh, you didn't like this one? What about this one? No, you like that one? What about this one? You don't like that one? What about... And so you get to the point where you're getting anxious from the number of offers pouring in, and you almost just accept the next one because you just want the machine gun to stop shooting at you. $15.06 for 10 miles. Nope, too low. Too low. You were a day late and $1 short. I'm real strict about my $1.65 a mile, and that was under $1.65 a mile. So no soup for you. $11.06 for 11 miles. No soup for you. $6.67, 10 miles. No. Well, see, now you're just seeing the road. Do you want to see the road? I don't know. Do you want to see lights and a road? I don't know. I think people have specifically said in the comments they want to see stores and they want to see neighborhoods. I'm putting the camera back on me because there ain't nothing to see. And another person, the person that wanted to see the roads, I think they were saying that I should be doing picture in picture. That's not happening. That's not happening, viewer. It's too much work. I've already assessed how to deal with that, and it's too much work. $4.06 at 7.2 miles. No, it's too much work to have to manage a whole different directory of files and synchronize them to what's happening when the camera's on me. And that just adds another layer to the timeline and the file size, and oh, forget it. It's a total nightmare. Just the idea just makes me cringe. So it's like, no. All I'm gonna do is just flip the camera back and forth, so you can see whatever I think you should see. Ooh, I think a bird just hit my windshield. Oh, poor thing. Oh, I hope it wasn't a hummingbird. Oh, either way, that bird got injured. He went just straight on into my windshield. Oh, man, that's bad luck. That is bad luck. You know, it's bad luck if a bird hits your window. But nothing I can do about it. And I feel bad. Poor bird. $5 for 15 miles. Go away. I hate when nature comes into goes head on into my windshield. There's nothing more sad. I can understand bugs. $6.08, 4.5 miles. No. Nobody cares if a bug gets splattered on the windshield. But when it's anything that's close to being a mammal or a bird, you feel bad because you know they have some level of consciousness and suffering. I don't know if bugs suffer. I don't really care. I don't know if I care if bugs suffer. I don't know why. Something just came in. $3.50 for 11 miles. Yeah, right. Not in this lifetime. Yeah, I don't know why it is. I mean, I guess you can't care that much about bugs because there's just so many. It's just like a swarm. And maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure people that are very sensitive to life would care. $4.63 for 4 miles. No. I care about life, but not bugs. And then I almost didn't. There was a time in my life where I could have cared less about chickens, but as I've gotten older, I feel bad for chickens. I used to hate goats too, come to think, because I had a goat as a child that knocked me down. So I'm like, I don't care if goats get killed. But now I care. Now I care about anything that I know that I don't know, but I feel like they're conscious. I feel like they have thoughts and dreams, and they definitely get scared. I don't think they're like robots. So, especially having animals like dogs and cats, you know that once you get to know your pets, you know each one has a unique personality and neurotic behavior. So, to me, most life is conscious. It's just we all have to just do the best we can. We've got our next one coming up. It is a UberEats double order. First stop is going to be Pink Box Donuts, and then the second one's going to be La Tropezine Bakery or something like that. And we're getting $17.09 for 5.7 miles. Let's go to Pink Box. Alright, we're turning into the shopping center so you can enjoy seeing the shopping center. You can see all the different stores in here like Fausto's Mexican Grill, and you can see Dollar Loan Center, all the fantastic things that are offered here in this shopping center, like a Panda Express, a Village East Cleaners. We used to have a foot doctor over here, but that went out of business and now it's for lease. So that person is gone. And then of course there's a gas station here. There's a Bank of America. There's a Wells Fargo. There's all kinds of things in here to shop for that I have to mention because it's on camera. And then you can see here I'm turning quickly before this Porsche SUV crashes into me into the parking lot that has the Pink Box. And of course you can tell it's pretty busy here at Pink Box, so let's go do it. All right, well, we got the donuts. It was busy in there, but we lucked out and the employee was able to help us right away as soon as she finished up with one customer. So we lucked out and we didn't have to wait long. So now we're gonna just head across the street to La Tropezine Bakery, and it's Sunday, so hopefully the traffic will be light to get across the street. If not, we'll have to go all the way down to the light and make a U-turn. I hope we don't have to. It's 8:50 a.m. and it is Father's Day, so all the guys that drive those big giant trucks should not be on the road. So hopefully we'll be okay. Let's see, there's a guy running here right now. He just jogged past us. And I think we're gonna be good after this black SUV goes by. I think we'll be good to get across the road and make our left turn into the shopping center, which I'll show you this shopping center as well because, well, you guys like to see shopping centers. All right, well, here we are in the shopping center that's across the street from the other one that we were in. This shopping center has all sorts of goodies. It has El Pollo Loco, it has Jack in the Box, Crumble, Blackout. It has a Pizza Hut. It has Seafood City, which is the worst place you'd ever want to shop in if you're doing Doordash or UberEats. We're talking about an extremely long wait if you go in there. Nightmare City. They should call it Nightmare City instead of Seafood City. Then we have At Home here on the left, but you can't see it because guess what? It's not within the camera's point of view, so I just have to describe it to you. Then we have Trader Joe's coming up over here, where the people don't look when they cross the street. They just walk, and they keep their noses held high when they cross because they feel like somehow they're rich when they shop at Trader Joe's, which I don't know why. It's just a regular place to shop. And so now we're coming up on La Tropezine, which is right next to Bim Bim Kitchen. And Bim Bim is like a Korean place, which we never go to. All right, we're here at La Tropezine. Let's go in. Thank you. Thank you too. Oh, that was quick. I have both orders in the car, and it looks like we're off to drop off the donuts first. It's going to be a house 2 miles from here, 6-minute drive. It's a leave at the door, leave at front door. Let's go. I wanted to say, if you're thinking about doing this job, and let's suppose you're not a very good driver, but you want to make a little extra money, and you know you're not the best driver in the world. Maybe you're getting a little older, And you know there are some stores in the area that are near you. I'd recommend you could still do this job, but just do maybe just like 1 or 2 deliveries a day early in the morning when there's not a lot of cars, or maybe do it early in the morning only on the weekends, and don't do anything more than about 3 or 4 miles per delivery, and you should be fine doing it. And also remember, every time you accept an offer, set the app up after you accept it, so that no more offers are coming in, so you're not distracted when you're driving. Especially when you're new at doing this job, you want as few distractions as possible because you're nervous and you're not highly confident in your driving abilities. So if you like for Uber Eats, you would go into the little setting and you say stop. What is it called? It would say stop new requests. And so you'd press that. It's like a big red button at the bottom. And that will stop you from getting any more crazy offers that come in. So you'll be able to keep your eyes on the road when you're driving. And then for DoorDash, it's in the part where the map comes up and there's a thing that says stop. It either says stop requests or stop deliveries, stop accepting deliveries. I think it says, and it's just a little toggle icon, and you just tap it and it'll slide to the right, and that'll keep you from getting other offers until you complete your delivery. And then once you complete your delivery, then you can go back online or unpause, depending on which app it is, and proceed on, confident in knowing that you're not going to get thrown off. Because if you don't do that, you'll get an offer right in the middle of you driving to the drop-off spot, and it'll completely throw you off because the map will vanish of where you're supposed to drop off the order. And an offer will come in and block the screen, so you can't even see the address. You can't see anything. So you'll panic, and then you'll accidentally accept an offer that you don't want, or you'll decline an offer that you actually wanted because you're panicking. And you have to get a lot more experience dealing with the apps under your belt before you can confidently peruse offers while you're driving. Otherwise, it's just not safe. So that's my suggestion. All of these TikToks coming into my thing where all these young kids are refusing to go to war if there's a war. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden everybody's hot topic about the draft. The draft has always been signing up to be a part of the draft lottery system, whatever the hell it's called. It's called selective service or something like that. I can't remember what they called it, if they even still call it that. But anyway, every as far as I know, it's still every man. I don't know if it's women anymore. I don't know if it's become everybody. I don't think so. I think it's still every male over the age of 18 has to sign up for selective service. And so that's the fancy word for the draft. And so maybe young people just never knew about it, but it's always been there. I mean, as long as I've been alive, it's always been there that you had to sign up for it, and that if there ever was a time of war, your name could come up and you'd have to go and fight for the country. So I guess for some reason on TikTok it's become a controversial thing for young people, and they're completely terrified. they're like, I'd rather go to jail than fight for this country, and I'm not killing people are getting hysterical. I'm like, you don't have to get hysterical. Number one, you don't have to get hysterical because the odds that you're going to serve in a war is low. So you don't have to worry about it. There is no potential threat of them activating the draft. So I don't even understand. It's not like we live in the time of the Korean War and the Vietnam War, where all these things were high probabilities because we were in a state of crisis because the world was all about stability and we were deathly afraid of communism. And right now it's not in in that mode. The biggest problems we have right now mostly revolve around instability due to terrorism, and also I think that's about it. And then of course there is right now the potential that Russia is doing a lot more activities where it feels like it needs to flex its muscle and take over territories, and is putting pressure on our sort of testing our allegiance to be united as a free world. So all the countries that are a part of NATO, which of course we are a part of, have banded together after World War II to prevent UberEats $9.06, 9.1 miles now, to prevent world wars again. That's the whole point of NATO. We wanted to make sure we would never have world wars again, and we would all band together to stop any other country that started to try to mess with. Oh, here comes a Cybertruck. Ugh, so ugly. Oh God, ugly. So more than likely that's not going to happen. I mean, down the road, people also talk about civil war. Now, if there's a civil war, that it's the same thing, then there would also become a draft, because all the states that were on one end would band together and form a thing, and then all the people in the southern states would form a thing, and they would form their own government. So that you can go back through history about, but that's not likely to happen either. But it's just funny that this whole thing about the draft, like if people are acting like it's new and they never heard about it, it just made me laugh. So that was on the TikTok, so I had to share that with you. All right, we're almost there. We're here in this very average community that you guys love to see, and it's just mostly walls and very plain looking houses, desert landscaping that's hideous, and rocks and just junk. Nothing interesting at all. Trying to think if there's anything worth mentioning in this very boring neighborhood. All the houses are an ugly light cream color. They all look exactly the same. It's a cul-de-sac. That's about the only thing it has going for it. We're going to be going to this house here on the left. I'm going to turn around here at the cul-de-sac. Here's the house we're going to be dropping off at with the two white vehicles, and we're here. Let's get inside and go drop it off. Alright, that's it for that one. The only unusual thing that was happening is that you could hear a baby crying on the other side of the door, and the mother trying to quiet the baby. I think that was the only interesting thing that occurred at that drop-off. So obviously someone in there is probably a new father on Father's Day. The mother probably the wife wanted to make sure the father got some donuts. That's my guess. Or maybe the mother was just craving donuts and she wanted donuts, and it's just coincidental that it's Father's Day. All right, we're headed 4 minutes from here, 1.7 miles. It's leave at the door, and they said, please make sure the drinks are included in our order. Like that is really going to make a difference. Like, don't they understand? I guess they never understand. They never understand that when it says this is where you put the delivery instructions, it's for delivery. It's not for anything else. It's not for telling me, make sure the restaurant hands you lots of napkins, or make sure the restaurant tells you, tell the restaurant owner that I said hi from Barbara Ann. Don't tell me that, because I'm already have left the restaurant and can do nothing at all that's related to the restaurant whatsoever. Now let's see if this person ordered drinks, because it is La Tropezine Bakery. Let's see what they ordered. Croquet Monsieur, 2 croissants cheese bacon, Lorraine quiche, Kiki à chocolat croissant, almond croissant, and apple tart. Apple tart. They did not order a single drink. So once again, They put that in there, and then for all eternity, for every delivery driver, they're going to have to read that stupid instruction that says, make sure my drinks are included. And they're going to have to, every single driver is going to have that 2% increase in anxiety, wondering if the order has drinks in it every single time. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much, customer, for creating unnecessary stress for every driver that gets your order. Oh my Lord. Tell if people are really enjoying my short video from yesterday. I've gotten no comments on it. It's been watched. Let's see. I released it about 3 hours ago. It's gotten almost 100 views. The average duration that people have watched it is about 11 minutes is the average duration, which is in line with what it would normally be. Usually people watch, on average, they watch half of the video or a little less than half of the video on average. So, I turn here, yeah. Right on Paradise Road, so that's about in line. So it looks like, based on what I can tell, people are still enjoying the video on average. But the fact that I haven't gotten hardly any comments, that shows that people don't have any questions, or which I guess I'm not surprised, because yesterday's video was so short. I only did 3 deliveries, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So I think overall I would say it was a throwaway video. But if I look at the time, I think most delivery drivers' videos are usually between 10 minutes and 30 minutes. So it falls right in line with the average person. Oh, the neighborhood. I forgot to show you. The neighborhood. We made it. We're in this neighborhood. I like this neighborhood. Let's see. It says it's on the left. Let me make sure I find it. Is it this one? Yep, it's this one here on the left with the 3 cars. The 3 cars, one of them is red, 2 white vehicles. Here we go. I'm turning. Yes, indeedy. And we are here. Let's drop it off. Mission complete. We have completed that one. We don't have anything. Something is coming in. $8 for 8 miles. No. Woo! It's done. That wasn't bad. $9.45, 9.4 miles. No. that was not too bad. I'm just glad they were both. Were they both houses? Yeah, they were both houses, and we're done. And we got our monies. So let's proceed on, everybody, and see what comes next. $7.03, 8.9 miles now. Oh, man. It's 9:12. 9:10. We got less than 2 hours remaining in the shift. And something's coming in. $23 for 12.8 miles. Oh dear, you gotta give me a second. I've gotta, oh, this is a breakfast place though. Oh God, a breakfast place? No, I'm not going to squeeze in, I'm sorry. Another one came in, $22 to shop for 66 items. Get the heck out of here. That ain't happening. So there was one for squeeze in, and it was over $20, and it was a breakfast place. Maybe I should have taken it. I got thrown. In hindsight, I should have taken it. But I got thrown. You can't cry over spilt milk. Sometimes you make mistakes. I was in the middle of making a left turn. See, this is what I'm talking about. I was in the middle of making a left turn. The cars were coming and going, and I was worried about my safety for making the turn. Meanwhile, the offer's flashing at me saying, hey, look, I've got a great offer for you, while you're in the middle of risking your life making this turn at this intersection. Would you like to die in the terrible accident, or would you like to press accept on this offer? So what'll usually happen if you're in that situation is you always decline, because even if it's a great offer, it's always best to decline, because statistically it's higher than likely it's going to be a terrible offer, so don't accept it. And if it so happens that it's an excellent offer and you declined it, well, that's just the way it goes. It happens. So that was a situation where it happened, where I declined an offer that actually would have been good. 4.3 miles for $7.05. And it's Carl's Jr. I'm going to have to say no because it was borderline. $8.25 for 11.2 miles. No. Yeah, that one wouldn't have been good, because right now I'm on my way and I'm going to pass the restaurant that would have gave us that $20 plus order. So in hindsight, it would have been a good one, but I would have accepted it if I would have been on like I am now. I'm just on the road driving and not distracted by the safety of making a turn onto a busy intersection. And don't be hard on yourselves, everybody, if you F up. It's better to F up on accepting an offer than it is to F up and crash and put yourself in the hospital. $10 for 3.3 miles for Madhouse Coffee. All right, I've accepted it. We're right across Madhouse. I'm just gonna have to make a U-turn here and go in and get it. All right, let's go. Got the order, traveling 8 minutes, 4.3 miles. It's an apartment, leave at my door. Oh, it's a hotel, Hampton Inn. All right, let's head on over to the Hampton Inn. I don't think I'll be able to do much recording when I get to the Hampton Inn, because the order is very bulky. It's like 2 heavy drinks in a tray and then a big brown bag plunked on top. So it's a two-hander. But every once in a while I can manipulate the phone. I just angle it just right where I can hold the phone. So maybe I'll be able to do it. I don't want to say 100% though. I don't want to commit to showing you video footage of a drop-off location that I can't show you. So let's not commit, but let's just see how it goes. I remember one time I said I couldn't show footage, and I sure enough was able to. I was able to somehow manipulate the phone wedge it between my hand and the drink holder last time, and I was able to film. But maybe I won't, because now that I think about it, I'm gonna need to be able to also push the button on the elevator, because I gotta go up to the second floor to the elevator. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It looks like this hotel is on Windmill. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to this particular hotel. I know I've been there when I Ubered. I mean, when I UberX and I drove people. I've taken people from that hotel to the airport and whatnot. But I'm trying to remember if I've ever delivered food to this one. Because sometimes these places, they can be difficult to get into. So I'm trying to remember. Something in my mind is telling me that I've been there, and I had a situation where the door was locked and I couldn't get in. But that could have been because it was before business hours, and so maybe the main lobby door was locked at that time. But it's already almost 9:30 a.m. now, so I don't think we're going to encounter any type of situation where we're going to have a locked door. So I think we're going to be okay. I think our worst problem may be just finding a place to park. I think that could be just about it. So I think we're going to be just fine for this delivery. I think. I hope. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen with this job. One minute you're on the sunny side and you're dancing and you think you can do anything. Like, I can do the impossible. This job is great. And then the next minute you're like, I quit. This job sucks. You go through a lot of highs and lows with this job, because it has that whole sense of freedom, because you're your own boss, And then it has those pitfalls where you're like, oh shoot, I wish I had a boss because I just totaled my car, and I wish this was the company car I totaled and not my own car. So there's ups and downs to it. But you just do the best you can, and you just try to have a good time. You try not to think about the negative. If you're a pessimistic person, I don't think this job is for you. I don't think a pessimistic person would last doing this job, because there are so many things that are unknown. There's a question mark around every corner. So if you're a negative person, you're always thinking the worst, and that would probably make you real angry and stressed out and bitter as all hell. So this type of job, if you're a pessimistic person, you have to have a job that's very practical. You have to have a job where you know, like, what the job entails, the specifics, what you're responsible for, what you're not responsible for. You have to have a very regimented view on your occupation and what it entails, so that you've already have a solution for just about every problem that could occur. And that's probably why a lot of pessimistic people work in corporate America, because you get that predictability in a corporate job. And so I could see why that would attract people who are more on the negative side. I don't think, if you're an entrepreneur type person, you cannot be a pessimistic person. You just cannot. You have to be either just a practical person or an optimist. So, I don't know. What do pessimistic people do? I don't know. I think most of them are just at home and they're just complaining all the time. That's all I can think. Guessed wrong on what hotel I was dropping off on. It's not on Windmill. It's on Giles. It's going to be over by the Outlet Mall, which I don't like because that's very close to the Strip. So any offers I'm going to get when I drop this off are going to be lousy offers. They're going to want us to go drop off stuff at the Strip. So that's unfortunate. But I didn't look at the map when I accepted this offer. I never really do. The only time I look at it is if the miles are really far. Like if they're like around 9 miles or greater from where I'm at in my hotspot, then I'll look at the map to see if it's taking me to the Strip or not, or anywhere north of Sunset. That's when I usually will look. But this one, the miles didn't seem that high. I think it was in the 4s, so it wasn't too bad. So, but of course this takes us right up to the perimeter, right up to the line of danger. The line that we do not like to cross. I don't like to do anything on Las Vegas Boulevard, and I don't like to do anything at the Strip. And then, of course, anything north of the airport, which is where Sunset is, I don't like to do. I don't like to do the ones north of Sunset because the neighborhoods are ugly, and they're poor neighborhoods, and so it's very depressing to go in there. It's not a positive experience. And then, of course, the Strip is all a negative experience because of the traffic and difficulty just finding a place to meet the customer to give them their food. And then any drop-offs that are on Las Vegas Boulevard are a nightmare because they're usually timeshares and these huge condominium complexes, and everything's locked up, and oh, it's awful. It is awful. Most places that are on Las Vegas Boulevard are pretty horrific. Oh, let's see. I think we're getting close to the neighborhood. I'll switch to the other camera. Here we go. We're here in the hideous looking neighborhood. You can see there's just a road and filth. And on the right, in that building with the black, that's the Hampton Inn. You got an ugly chain link fence here and garbage and litter on the side of the road. And then that's it. There's not much else to see, but you guys like to see the neighborhood, so I'm going to show you. And let's see which side. It says this one could be difficult. I don't know if there's a very obvious way. Oh, it says enter over here. There's a big sign that says enter. So I'm going to go over here where it says enter, even though the navigation was saying not to go this way. If you see a big sign that says enter, you go that way. So let's see, here in the Hampton Inn parking lot, we got to first see where the main door is. I think it's coming up on the left. And then we have, or is it? It said enter. Where's the main door? That doesn't look like a main door. Oh dear. It took us the wrong way. Oh boy. This was not the way to go. Why did it say enter? That there is no way this Hampton Bay Inn and that's the main door. Not even possible. That's like the back door. That's the back door for people who are staying at the Hampton Inn. Oh, that sign really took me the wrong way. I got bamboozled. There's a huge sign here on the left that says enter. And that is a lie. It should say guest parking is what it should say. Not enter. Because that was totally not the way to go. All right, let's try going this way. Let's see what we see here. This is the exit only, okay. And there it is. There's the nice, beautiful entrance. It's on the side of the road. It's on the side that doesn't say enter. Too much, huh, people? Too much. Well, at any rate, we're here. They're doing construction. It looks like they're expanding. They're interested in expanding this place. I'll probably just park under the underpass and let's just drop it off. Ugh. 213. Oh, next one. All right, that's delivered. Everything went just fine. Not too many things happened that was exciting. I was in the elevator with some ladies. $10 for 22 miles. No. In the elevator with some ladies, and they were just dying to talk about me. They were dying to talk about me just to say, oh, he's a delivery person. Oh, he's not staying here at this fine hotel. He's just delivering something. That told me that they were absolutely bored out of their minds staying at this hotel, and they had nothing else to do. So I was about the most interesting thing they had seen all day. So the moment I stepped out of the elevator, they had to talk about me being a delivery driver, because they had absolutely nothing going on to talk about, and they're probably so sick of each other they can't wait to get back home. It just makes me laugh, the things that I observe when you do this job. Just this funny things that people do or say, and it's just so funny. This just makes this job so interesting. Is the people you get to interact with. $6.02, 7.2 miles. No. Yeah, that's what makes this job fun. Just the randomness of it. Oh, here comes an ambulance. Obviously we're supposed to yield, but this is Vegas. Nobody stops. Everybody just keeps going. Yep. Everybody just keeps going. Nobody pays any attention to the fact that it's an ambulance. There he goes. He's on his way. He's lucky it's Sunday. The people here do not care whatsoever about emergency vehicles. They barely care about law enforcement. It is ridiculous how the people behave in this town when it comes to rules of the road. I think most of them don't even have a license. Either that or the rules to get a license in the state of Nevada must be very loose. They're like, do you have 2 arms and 2 legs? They're like, approved, you are approved. Can you see? How many fingers am I holding up? You guessed right. You're approved. Here's your driver's license. That's how bad it must be to drive here, because I swear the people have no concept of the rules of the road. $7.05, 5.4 miles, no. All right, we're making our way back to our hotspot, but we got a long way to go. We are at the outer rim. We're at the western outer rim. $6.68 for 2.1 miles. But guess where the drop off is? Las Vegas Boulevard. So goodbye. Yeah, usually what I'll do is I'll stay $8.16 for 8.1 miles. No. Usually I'll stay on this road until I get to Eastern and go down. I don't know if that's the best solution or not. Sometimes I go down Bermuda, but then that still keeps me too close to Las Vegas Boulevard. So I think my primary goal is to get away from Las Vegas Boulevard. So I start heading due east just as fast as I can to get out of this area. Now, right now, I'm currently next to a Vons that I usually get some good grocery orders from. So something may come up for that. And then there's a 7-Eleven here. So really, I just have to pay attention to the map. So when the offers come up, I look at the map within the offer to see where the drop-off is. And then, of course, you read the drop-off cross streets. And you try to make sure the cross streets are not anywhere near Las Vegas Boulevard or the Strip. That's all you can do. And then you just hope for the best. So you do this job long enough, it's like second nature. You don't even think about it. I forget how long I've been doing this now. $5.68, 5.4 miles now. I can't, how long have I been doing this job? I was doing this job just before the pandemic. So let's see, that would have been 2019 is when I started doing Uber and UberEats. So that was, and what year are we in now? 2024. So is that 5 years? I think this September it'll be 5 years. No, wait, is that right? Yeah, 5 years. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I've been doing this too long. That's a lot of years. 5 years I've been doing this stupid thing. Just for fun, just for laughs, which is so funny. I started out doing it just to get out of the house, to get out of my problem. $4, 7.1 miles now. Yeah, I originally just started doing this just to get away from my problems, like a stress relief, because, you know, I was just tired of just being stuck at home in front of the computer. And I said, oh, good, this will give me a reason to get out of the house and make some money and, you know, be alone with my thoughts as I'm cruising around. It's a good way to help with depression. $8.08, 7.3 miles now. It's a great way to get away from if you're having like depression or anxiety, or just having like if your life is just, you feel like you're just kind of like unhappy at the moment, because, you know, a lot of stressful things in life can happen. I won't tell you what they are. And so then you realize you need an outlet. And so outlets generally will cost money. So like, let's say your outlet is like, well, I'm going to go do golf, you know, or I'm going to go to the shooting range, or I'm going to go fishing. All those things cost money. So this was the one thing I was like, wow, I can do this and not spend money. I'll actually make money, and it'll get me out of the house. And it's nothing I have to worry about taking too serious, because it's just something for fun. So it really was a perfect match for me to take it on. And so I've been doing it ever since. So that was my whole impetus. That was the whole spark that created this fire of gig work, was just the idea of just getting away and doing something to distract myself from whatever stresses I was going through in my life at that moment in time. And it not costing me any money. It just actually generating money, but not anything that was too difficult. $9.08, 7.4 miles, no. 7.4 miles, $9.08. So yeah, that's what led me to this. And then I didn't even want my family to know that I was doing it, because they would have thought I was poor. $8.03, 11.9 miles. $8.03, 11.9 miles. No. Yeah, and then the family would be like, uh-oh, something's going on with Vegas ride-along. He's not doing so well financially. He's in He's in dire straits. $21.05 to go to Vaughn's and pick up somebody's groceries. Oh, no. And it's like something's hidden. There's something hidden behind the and then the drop off. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're going to get me on that one. There was a catch on that one because it was a match. And they're hiding something. It said 2, meaning it's Vaughn's plus something else, and they didn't want to say. And when I saw the drop-off location on the map, it was going to a very poor part of town. And I thought right away, oh no, you're not going to trick me with that one. You may have fooled some people, but you're not fooling this driver. So I declined it, so it's gone. But it was a good mileage. It was $20 for only 7.7 miles. So it was definitely a goodie, dollars to miles, but not the drop-off location. When I saw that drop-off location, I was like, ain't happening. No way. So now we still have nothing. We're just cruising along. And I'll let you know when something else is coming in. $4.07 for 10 miles. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know when something comes in. $8.04 for 6 miles. Nope, you're about $1.50 short. Yeah, this is a weird job, I have to say. It's a fun job, but it's kind of weird. And then all the people on YouTube, you guys that watch the videos, you have different objectives when you're watching my videos. Like some of you watch these videos and you think it's like when you watch it, you're trying to get motivated to make like a lot of money, thinking you're going to be able to quit your full-time job and do this full-time. And for most of you, that ain't going to happen because it's never going to pay you the amount of money that you make at your full-time job. Most of you. I'm sure there's some of you that have jobs where they don't pay hardly anything, so it does look enticing when you do the math. You're like, well, that's almost better than my horrible job I have right now. $5.04, 4.1 miles, no. But I can only tell you my perspective. When you watch these videos, you're watching it from a 55-year-old man who doesn't have like the financial stresses that the average person has. You're just watching for someone who's doing it as a hobbyist. So I can't tell you the secrets to making a lot of money doing this job because that's not where my mindset is. I can tell you, like, what can I tell you? I can tell you, like, how the app works. I mean, I can show you the neighborhoods of Vegas. I can just tell you about my day. I can tell you stuff like that, but I can't tell you how to work your ass off to make a lot of money on these. That's because I don't work my ass off doing this. I do it every day. I can tell you what it's like to do it every day since I work the app 7 days a week, but just as a way to get out of the house in the mornings and enjoy my morning, cruising around town. So I don't know. I think you're going to have to watch my videos and get out of them whatever you think you can glean from experiencing the video. $6.09 for 2.8 miles. Oh, it's gone. I was like, it was greens and proteins, and I was just making a turn and driving away from greens and proteins. And I did not want to make a U-turn. $7.65 for basically 5 miles. Nope, you're not high enough. And it was a match. I hate matches. A match is when the offer is sent out to everybody nearby, and the first person to accept it will be the one most likely to get it. That's what matches are. And they're sent out like that because they have been rejected by so many drivers. The algorithm shoots it out to everybody because nobody wants it. So that's usually what a match is. And that's why whenever you see something come up and it says match, always wait an extra second and read it real closely to make sure you want it, because a lot of times it's garbage. And then if you get an offer and it says exclusive, that's a gimmick that UberEats does to make you think it's special. Exclusive just means they're sending you the offer just to you at that moment. $10.07 for 18 miles, and it's a match. It's not a match for me. No. So that's what exclusive means. If you see that on the thing, they were doing that, a similar gimmick. UberEats, $12.03 for 9 miles to shop for 14 items. Hell no. They were doing a similar gimmick on UberX for people. They would put big tipper in big words. $8.04, 11 miles. No. They would put big tipper to get you to think that the passenger you were going to pick up and give a ride to was going to tip you really big, because they had a history of tipping really big. And so in your mind, you think, well, I'm a nice person. $6.18, 5 miles. No. $6.10, 4.7 miles. No. So in your mind, you're thinking to yourself, I'm a good person. I'm a nice driver. And they should give me a big tip. I think I'll accept this person's request because they seem like they would tip me. And so it worked for a while. It worked for a while, where a lot of drivers, when they first saw that, thought, this is the kind of customer I want. $9.46, 9.8 miles. No. Until they realized that the customer just doesn't constantly tip big to every single person. They may have made a positive connection with one driver in recent memory, and that locked them in as a big tipper because they had a good experience with one person. Maybe it was some pretty girl that they had a crush on and they tipped big, or vice versa. Maybe it was a lady and she's like, oh, this hunky guy, I'm gonna tip him really big. $7.06, 6.7 miles. No. And that qualified them as a big tipper. So now when the request would pop in, would say, oh, this passenger is a big tipper, and then you'd be all pissed off because you did everything right and you got just either no tip or a standard tip. $12.05, 18.1 miles. No. So yeah. I'm like, that was such a gimmick. So now whenever I used to do UberX and I saw that would come up, I would purposely decline it. I would be like, I don't care, because I'd be so mad. I'm like, don't even put that word in there, because I know it's a trap. So these apps will do a lot of things to try to trick you into accepting bad offers or things that you normally would not take. So you have to really read what you're doing, and you have to really think about, quickly, of course, you have to quickly think about, is the opportunity presented to you worth your time and effort? And that's the only thing you can learn through time and experience and doing it. Because look how fast they machine gun to me. Do you guys see it? Do you guys hear how fast I got to read these offers to you? And I have to instantly say yes or no. And every once in a while, I'll get one that's borderline, and I'll have to be like, let me think about that, maybe. And so even after all the years of doing this, sometimes I get ones that trip me up, that stump me. So don't feel bad if you accidentally accept a bad order. In fact, if you accept a bad order, and if you could smell the stench of a bad order while you're in the middle of it, but you haven't picked it up yet, and you still don't have you don't have a high cancellation rate, just cancel it. Don't be afraid. Just hit that cancel button. But once you got it in your car, you're screwed. You've got to deliver it. So anyway, that's it. All right, we're gonna do this last batch. It's 2 deliveries. The first one is gonna be PetSmart, and the second one's gonna be Krispy Kreme. We're getting $15.55 for 8.1 miles. I don't know what we're shopping for at PetSmart yet. Let's just hope it's not a big bag of cat litter. Let me see if I can take a peek-see into the app to see what we're shopping for at. Oh, it's not bad at all. It's Purina Plan Pro Savor Adult Cat Food Chicken and Rice, 3.5 pounds. So that's not going to be bad at all. So we'll be fine for the PetSmart delivery. We just have to hope it's easy to find it and that it's in stock. I think that's going to be the big concern. And then, of course, the second issue is going to be about how busy is Krispy Kreme going to be, and is it going to be really packed? That we won't know until we actually step inside of Krispy Kreme and have the Father's Day Krispy Kreme experience. All right, let's head on over to PetSmart. We're pulling into the shopping center. For a second, I thought we were going to the wrong PetSmart. It's like the navigation said it was 1.4 miles away, but it was just glitching out. And so you couldn't, it was just basically taking us a real super long way to get to the PetSmart that was basically just right here and not far away at all. So I'm relieved to report that the navigation was incorrect in its assessment of how long it would take us to get here at this PetSmart. But here we are at PetSmart. And here we are at the PetSmart. Everything's fine. Sometimes I really say the long way around something. My mind gets caught on how it wants to present a statement and will sometimes talk a little too long. Let's see, can I park here? No, that's a cart return. Can I park here? Oh, good. This is the PetSmart curbside pickup. That would be me. Let's go. Oh boy. Alright, well, we have the cat food, so that's done. Now we just gotta go and pick up these donuts at Krispy Kreme. And the line wasn't too bad at the PetSmart, so that was fine. And we found the cat food right away, so that wasn't a problem. So I suppose everything so far is flowing along just fine. So our next big task will be to get inside of the Krispy Kreme and get somebody's attention so that we can get our Krispy Kreme order and start delivering. So that'll be the next challenge. The day might run a little long. It's currently 10:26, so there's about a little over 30 minutes left in the day. And so it may take us a while. It may end up being right on the button. We may end up hitting like exactly 11 o'clock, but maybe a little earlier, who knows? It all depends on how quickly we can get helped and get these darn donuts in the car so we can start delivering. All right, we're here at Krispy Kreme, everybody. You can see it. You can see the stores just like you can see the houses. You can see everything. You're not just seeing my face, you're also seeing the stores. You can see this young gentleman here playing with his phone. Let's go. All right, well, I unassigned myself from the Krispy Kreme portion of this offer due to the fact that the line was incredibly long and they were not helping anyone. The line was at a complete standstill. And so I realized that this was a no-brainer. This was a situation that I needed to extricate myself from immediately, because there was no way I was going to get out of there in the next 15 minutes. It was going to be a minimum, and I do mean a minimum of 20 minutes before I would have gotten out of that Krispy Kreme. Just as I had suspected, Father's Day, the number one thing people give their fathers on Father's Day is donuts. Because who doesn't like to give their father high saturated, high sugar treats to send them to an early grave? It's a way to say, Dad, I love you and I want you to croak just as soon as possible. Thanks for being such a great dad, and happy Father's Day. Eat your donuts and enjoy in good health. Why don't you first have a hot dog and some pizza and beer first before you eat the donuts, in fact, because I really care about you, Dad. And so let's say it with love. Oh God. All right, let's go drop off this cat food. 3 minutes, 1.3 miles. It's a leave at the door. Please put it behind the pillar on the rocks. Outside front door, smiley face. All right, let's go. Now you can understand why mothers live so much longer than fathers. Mothers get flowers for Mother's Day. Fathers get donuts. Which one do you think is healthier? The flowers or the donuts? I know which one's tastier. But you tell me, which one do you think is actually healthier? Especially, men are more prone to heart attacks and high blood pressure than women. Or actually, I think we're both equally prone to high blood pressure. But heart attacks, men are more likely. That's why if a woman experiences chest pains and she goes to the emergency room, they're less likely to be concerned about it being a heart attack than a man. If a man walks in with chest pains, they rush you in right away. Right away. They don't mess around. They're like post haste. They get you in because they think you could drop dead any second. Because men don't live very long in general. Men tend to croak. Once one little thing goes wrong with a man, and it's like lights out. Okay, why is this taking me this way? I'm confused. All right, I got to figure this out. All right, the navigation was a little bit confused in what it was doing. Excuse me. The house or the apartment is on 7 Hills, but it's so close to Jeffries that the app thought I could actually enter the apartment complex off of Jeffries rather than the street it's actually on, which is 7 Hills. But I've been here before, and I know that's not correct. You have to enter off of 7 Hills. So that's where we're going, folks. We're headed to 7 Hills, and we're going to deliver it. And it's giving just terrible navigation to get to that particular apartment. Terrible. And they didn't give us a gate code, so we're gonna get stuck at the gate. Oh, I just can't wait. I'm so excited to be stuck at the gate as our last delivery. Another fun part of this job. All right, let's get over there. I'm looking on my map to try to figure out where the heck the entrance is to this complex, and it's completely not allowing me to turn in where I should normally turn in. And I'm looking on my Google Maps to see if I have any gate codes for this particular complex. And so far, I'm not seeing anything. I know they have a special code for the north entrance and the south entrance. And that's all I know. I'm turning in. Well, let's see if any gates are open. Neither gate is open. All right, let me go to my Google Maps. Let me press the button. Let's see if I have any type of codes. I have one particular code here. Let's see if it works. Oops. Oops. And here we are in the apartment complex. Let's see. I think it's building number. Okay. Well, we don't know where that building is, but at least the apartment numbers match up to the building numbers. So there's that. So let's see if their pin was right. Now it says it should be coming up here on the right. Yeah. Let's see if I can see the building. No, they're wrong. That is not the number. That would be incorrect. You marked the wrong building, dummy. Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Oh, it's straight ahead. It is straight ahead on the right, everyone. Oh, God. This job, I tell you. All right, let's see. It's going to make a right here. It's going to be this building coming up here on the left. I'm going to just park here in somebody's parking spot and try to find it. Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go. All right, well, that's all done. I'm getting the heck out of here. After this fantastic experience, I'm so ready to go home. It's not even funny. We got about $7 and something cents for our troubles, which of course has probably made this job probably not worth even doing because we lost that Krispy Kreme. But whatever. Do what you gotta do, folks. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive in this job. All right, let's head to the gate and get the heck out of here. All right, I'm gonna throw up the numbers. I'm also gonna try to figure out how to get the heck out of here. Oh, it's this way. Okay, good. I see the gate. Yeah, take a look at how much money we made. And while you're looking, let me go offline because I'm not doing any more work today. I am done with today. Today is over in my book. I don't want to do not another stick of work. It's 10:41 a.m. I should be home probably, I would say probably in about 10 minutes. So that leaves about 10 minutes left in the day, and that's not enough time to do another assignment. And even if it was, I wouldn't do another assignment because I am over this day. Let me tell you, I am over this entire weekend. I was not in the mood to work all this weekend, as I'm sure none of you were either. You all woke up this morning and were like, I don't want to work today. I don't want to do this damn job. But you got to make a living. You got to do it. And, you know, if you have no legitimate reason to not do it, you got to do it. So here we are, everybody. We're doing it. We're doing the best we can. So, do I turn here? Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my exciting video today. And, yeah. And so we'll see you again real soon. We'll see y'all again real soon. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll see you on the next one. I don't have anything else to add. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke if you can help it. Drink as little alcohol as possible. Try to get exercise. Try to get 8 hours of sleep. Drink plenty of water. And try not to worry. Because someday we're all going to be dead. So don't worry. All right, take care. Bye for now.